Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tech and Penguin channel. In this video, I'm going to be configuring my pfSense firewall. So right now it can block what I tell it to, but today it's going to start watching everything that crosses my network using a mirror port and Suricata as a fully passive intrusion detection system in IDS. So I'm going to be setting up a span session on my Cisco 3850 switch. I'm going to wire it into pfSense, get Suricata running, and by the end, we'll watch a live alert fire in real time. So let's get to it. So I already ran an Ethernet cable from my pfSense router onto my Cisco switch. So let me go ahead and log into my Cisco switch real quick. So what I need to do is I need to identify the port number where that drop got connected to. So let's run show interfaces status. Okay, so I pretty much have everything labeled. So the only status that's connected without a label should be the one that I'm using right now. So it's going to be this one, port 34. So that's the Ethernet drop from my pfSense uh, router that I just connected to this switch. And for the simplicity of this video, so you can see I have three ESXi servers connected to it, but I'm just going to be testing it on ESXi 1. So I need this connection and this one, so ports 2 and 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up the mirror session on 3850. So for that, we need to configure the terminal. Configure terminal. Okay, and let's create the let's define the source. So monitor session 1 source interface gi3/0/2 gi3/0/4. And again, these are these connections right here, this one and this trunk connection. So those are going to my ESXi01 server. Okay. So now what we need to do is now we need to define the destination. So this is where I need the port number of this drop right here, which is 34. So now I'm going to do monitor session 1 destination interface gi3/0/34. Okay, so what this is doing is identifying that up to connection from my pfSense router to the port number 34 on my Cisco switch. So now we're going to do end, which is returns to the privilege exec prompt. We're going to run show monitor session 1 to make sure they're set up correctly. Okay, so we see source ports. There's both of them, GI302, GI304, destination port GI3034, encapsulation native, ingress disable. So that's great. So now I can write this to memory. So let's do write memory. What this does, it saves the running configuration to NVRAM. So basically, if I was to restart the switch, then this change is already written into it, so they're good. If I would have not done write to memory, then if for some reason my switch restarts, none of these settings will be safe. Everything will be lost, and I will have to redo it again. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to enable my OPT2 port on pfSense. So let me bring that up real quick. So I'm already logged in. So what I need to do is I need to go to interfaces. Then I need to go assignments. I just need to confirm that. Okay, so this one's already, that's the port that I'm utilizing for this. And it's already set to the correct interface, so that's good. So what I need to do now is I need to enable it. I'm going to enable interface. Since this connection is just going to be listening, it doesn't need an IP, doesn't need an IP, doesn't need a gateway. So I won't be setting this up right here. Just going to be set as none. Same for IPv6. I don't need any of this information. All this can stay just like that. I just need this drop to be enabled. That's it. Save it, apply. That should take a few seconds. Okay, that's done. So now I need to install Suricata. So to do that, we go to System. Under System, we go to Package Manager. Then we go to Available Packages. You're going to get a long list of available packages, but you can search for it. Make it a lot easier. So let's search for Suricata. Search for it. It's right there. It's latest version. Click Install. Confirm. And this is going to take a few minutes, so I'm going to pause the video for a little bit and I'll be back once it's done. Okay, the installation is complete. So the next thing that I need to do is I need to configure the Suricata interface. So I'm binding Suricata to OPT2, and these next settings, it really matters. Is staying in IDS mode, not IPS, because remember I want to set this up as an IDS, not an IPS. So that keeps this purely passive, detection only, nothing gets blocked. So we go to services, I believe. Under services, there should be Suricata now. Yep, it's right there. Then we go interfaces. There should be an interfaces option. Golly, I haven't been here in a while. Interfaces. Well, there's none, so I guess we got to click add. So we can add interfaces. And remember, we want to do this one. And we want to, for description, I guess we can give it a name, something that's meaningful to it. I can do IDS dash span. There's one option, the IPS mode. That's the one I'm looking for. Inspection. Where is that? I believe it's this option at the top. Checking this box enables inspection on the interface. Let me double check this real quick. I'm not 100% sure if I need to have that enabled or disabled. Let me just look up the documentation real quick. Okay, so after looking at the documentation, I got a better understanding of what's going on here. Also, I fixed the interface. I noticed I had it set to OPT3, but it needs to be 2. Then the description is fine. Everything else is fine as default. The one line that so if you actually want to set this as IDS or IPS, this will be where you need to go. If you check this option right here, then you have the option to set it into the IPS mode, legacy mode, or inline mode. But again, like I said, for this tutorial, for this video, I want to set this as an IDS mode, so I don't need to set this up. So I don't need to enable the block offenders option. So everything else is fine the way it is. And I'm just gonna hit save. Okay, so that should do it. That's fine. So the next thing I need to do is I need to download the rule set, which is the so basically Suricata doesn't know what to look for until it has rules. So I'm going to be enabling the ET open and kicking off the download. This takes a while, so I'm going to pause the video again. What is ET open? It's emerging threats open, a free community maintained rule set. The free tier of proof points commercial ET pro feed, covering malware, scanning activity, known bad IPs, domains, and policy violations. It's the most widely used free rule set for both Suricata and Snort, and it's what most Homelab small businesses Suricata deployments run by default. So for that, I want to go over to Suricata again. So I'm over here, and then I want to go over to updates. So what's updates? From updates, I want to click on enable ET open and update. Where's enable? Updates here. Update your rule set. So I guess there's no enable, so just update it. Actually, hold on a second. So this is what I need to enable, but let me figure it out. What do I go to enable this? Rule set, not enable. All right, let me look this up real quick. Again, I'm doing this for the first time, so I gotta look it up myself as well. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so it's actually right here. I'm somewhat blind. Global settings tab, and from here, here we go. So it's gonna be one of these two. Install ET open emerging threat rules. Emergent rules offers daily updates and extensive updates. I don't need this. I don't need this. Okay, so I think it's just the first two that I need. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna select the first one, the ET open emergent threat rules. That's fine. Save. So now I should be able to come back over here, go to updates. Okay, so now it says emerging threat open rules, not downloaded. Okay, so I'm gonna update it. Now this is gonna take a few minutes, probably 10 to 15 minutes. It's gonna pull all the updates for these rules. So I'm gonna pause the video for this and I'll be back in a few. Okay, well, that didn't take long. It was actually less than a minute, give or take. So the next step, I need to start the service, Suricata, and prove that it works. So to do that, let's go back to services, Suricata, interfaces. Go back to interfaces. Yep, interfaces. Select this guy. So I need to start it. So it's running. So obviously there's not going to be anything in it right now. So if I go into the alerts tab, that should be empty. Let me see here. So we're going to look at interface view. Yep, it's going to be this guy. Save settings. Okay, so this is fine. This is normal. So now what I need to do, so I'm going to demonstrate there should be an entry in here once I do a test. So let me open up one of my Kubernetes workers, this guy. Let me log in real quick. So I know this guy, my Kubernetes node on 01 is hosted on ESXi one, so it should be looking at its traffic. So to do that, what I need to do, so I'm going to download an iCar value. So this is going to download the official iCar test file from the iCar organization's own server. So this is very important because the file has to travel over the network for Suricata to ever see it. If I was just to create it, like create the file in here, it's never going to pick it up. So let's do this real quick. So I want to do curl. Where am I? I mean, it should be my home directory. Yep. Curl -o icar.txt https secure icar.org icar.com.txt. So that should download it. Yep, it's right there. So that should trigger an alert in here. 2204 alert view. So that should have triggered that in here. Okay, so I've been looking at my logs for quite a while and I don't see the iCar. And I think one of the issues with IDS right now, because I don't have TLS configured, and I downloaded the iCar via HTTPS, so I think that's why it bypassed it. But so let me rerun that curl command, and instead of so let me get rid of that, and let me download it from HTTP. So let me do curl. You know what? Let's do it from HTTP. Okay, and that should trigger an alarm. Let's go by source, 76. Let's see here. Let me look for that again. I hate looking at logs. All right, so I'm still not seeing it, but I think it has to do with the way iCar's being created. Because I believe I was looking at my VM, and it's just copying HTML. So let me try something else. I'm gonna try to create it myself, so I can get that in here. So let me create the iCar myself. Let's do that. Okay. And let me do another connection. So let me log into master. And let's get that now. Bash node 1. I need the IP. This is, I always forget the IP to it. .76. Okay. 192.168.1.76. Okay, so hopefully that should trigger it now. Source. So I'm not seeing it still. All right, you know what? I don't want to keep troubleshooting this. But you can see traffic is being picked up. iCar is a way of doing a safe test instead of trying to introduce a real virus or some sort of malicious software onto the machine. I don't want to do that, and I don't want to keep troubleshooting this iCar problem. That's besides the point of what this video is about. But as you can see, we can recap. So I was able to configure the port into span mirror port from my pfSense router on port 34, I think it was, on my Cisco switch. I selected both trunk connections from my ESXi server. Then I was able to download Suricata. I was able to download the rule sets. I assigned the interface to mirror the traffic to. And as you can see, obviously there's logs. There's logs. You can see all the traffic that's picking up. I really wanted to show how I detected that iCar definition, but like I said, I don't want to keep troubleshooting this. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Hopefully, if I figure it out later on, I'll add it into the video notes, comments. If not, again, I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoy this video. For the next video, I'm planning to finally complete the configuration of my iceberg-gate VM, which is the jumpbox as stands as a single gate into my fully isolated dev and test VLANs. It's a firewall. I need to set up a firewall and a bash script that works together. That's going to open up a connection into those isolated VLANs. So hopefully, next video I'll be showing you guys how to do that, doing multiple firewall rules, and like I said, a bash script that's gonna give me the option to open up a port or a connection to VLAN 10 or VLAN 20, which is my test and dev VLANs. All right, well, I guess this is it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this video, give a like, leave a comment. I'm sorry again that I wasn't able to fully show, the IDS detecting the iCar value, but as you can see, it is picking up traffic, so it's set up the way it should be. So I'll see you in the next one.